let's jump to this story from the New York Post. Bill Maher dredges up 2018 Stormy Daniels interview that totally undermines her Trump trial testimony. What's wild about this is that you've basically got Bill Maher, who hates Donald Trump, has Trump derangement syndrome, defending Donald Trump. Look, okay, you got Fareed Zakaria, you got MSNBC's legal analysts, and now you've got Bill Maher, and they're all being forced to defend Trump. What a world we live in. I think this may be the clip. Let's play this one. And
she hired. I mean, it's not really relevant to the case, but they left an opening. And now that one's going to be delayed. The stolen documents one, that's never going to happen because that's a Trumpy judge.
Yeah, this is an old clip. This is not the clip. That is him saying she's a bad witness. They've screwed this one up. But let me pull up the clip on Twitter. I think Bill Maher on Twitter had it. Here we go. Jack Posobiec's got the clip, and I thought it was in the article, but we have it right here.
With Trump. Listen,
here we go.
And first I asked her why she had sex with Trump. Listen to that, and then listen to what she says after that, and then we're going to talk about the trial, because it's quite at variance of what she said to me in 2018. Why did you Donald Trump?
I have no idea.
Okay, but you say it's not a Me Too case.
It is not a Me Too case. I mean, I wasn't assaulted. I wasn't attacked or raped or coerced or blackmailed. They tried to shove me in the Me Too box to further their own agenda. And first of all, I didn't want any part of that because it's not the truth, and I'm not a victim in that regard.
That's not what she's saying now. She's talking about he was bigger and blocking the way. It's all the Me Too buzzwords. She said there was a power imbalance of power, for sure. My hands were shaking so hard. She said she blacked out. Blacked out? She's a porn star. I don't think sex...
That doesn't mean she's been subjected to the likes of Donald Trump. I might black out too.
Do you really think she blacked out? I mean, a porn star is used to having sex with people she does not know. That's the job. It's kind of like Stormy Bob Stormy.
It's amazing that even when Bill Maher is basically saying she's lying, they're still trying to she was subjected to Donald Trump. I'll break it down for you. In the beginning, Bill Maher asks her, why did you sleep with Donald Trump? She goes, I don't know. I can tell you why. Because at the time, he was a billionaire, reality TV celebrity, real estate tycoon at every party with his name on all of these buildings around the world. He was the American dream. Everybody knew and loved Donald Trump. And she, of course, enjoyed herself. Now that Donald Trump is much older, and they're trying to make him out to be this disgusting guy, but also they don't like him politically. Now she's going, I don't know. It's all of these people, they have amnesia. They forgot that Trump was on The Apprentice and everyone loved that show. They forgot that he was in Home Alone 2 as a cameo because people loved Donald Trump. And now she can't recall why she wanted to be with a billionaire celebrity.
It's a mystery to everyone. No one can figure that one out.
A lot of the time when there isn't any evidence of rape or sexual assault, I find that, I don't know if to call them activists or not, they go back to this buzzword power imbalance. And it's not well defined, but I mean, if Donald Trump has sex with anybody, isn't it a power imbalance? So like, you see that buzzword a lot, and when there isn't any smoking gun, that's what they'll go back to, and that, it's Donald Trump of having sex with Stormy Daniels and the power imbalance existing. Is that the crime? So
well, and she's changed her mind like 4 or 5 times. Right?
Yeah.
She admitted in court that she signed that letter stating like there was no affair. I'm not being coerced.
That's
it's not
where
true.
I'm at. I don't believe that it even happened.
I don't either.
Wait, to clarify, the crime is that because it was a FEC violation and then the kickback that happened.
They're saying
it was like an in-kind donation.
No.
Okay.
No.
There's
no crime.
Well, I think what they're alleging the crime is that he was getting Donald Trump was paying Michael Cohen.
Yeah, so
and
they're
Michael
saying
Cohen
he
falsified
his payments to Michael Cohen. He said they were for legal purposes. They're saying a hush money. That I think would be a misdemeanor in New York, except now they're saying it's a felony because he did it to cover up another crime, which they're saying is election interference. But they don't have to actually charge him with that, and they don't have to prove it really. Like in court, they're trying to.
But there literally is no underlying crime. They're just saying election interference. There's no crime. And the falsifying business records is a misdemeanor that the statute of limitations expired a long time ago. They tried to bring this against Trump. The FEC and the DOJ said there is no crime and you have no jurisdiction. So they waited 8 years. Trump apparently made the payment when he was already president, by the way. So how was he interfere? I believe that's what it was, right? It was 2017.
Yeah, so he started, the idea is that he started authorizing them beforehand, but then they were made in like installments and they went through when he was in office in the White House. Because they brought in like his secretary to be like, did you hand him these letters? And she was like, sure, because it's the mail that was for him.
You don't think it happened?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
You guys don't think that
I do
they
not.
stubbed?
No,
Also because
I don't.
this is kind of weird.
That was the most kosher way.
Do you know why I don't think it happened? Go back to the Brett Kavanaugh thing. You don't think they find people to try to set them up and destroy?
But the payment. Then what was the payment for?
Well, because
to stop her from selling the story.
Yeah, to try to
stop them from selling a fake story, though, because if they published a fake story,
But
he could
don't
sue.
a ton of people settle with girls who come forward with allegations? Like, it's easier to settle than it is to try and bring all the dirty details out.
Wait. Is it is confirmed there is an NDA?
An NDA?
There is literally an NDA that Trump had Stormy Daniels sign that says not to tell anybody they hooked up.
I think it was like they signed the right to the story to be able to publish the story, and then they killed the story.
Yeah, so the idea is like she went to the media and was like, I have this story. And so they worked with the National Enquirer to be like, we'll buy the rights to the story from you so that then they can hold it and they never print it. But then the National Enquirer publisher was like,
I see.
I already did this for someone else, a different Playboy model, who, by the way, from what I'm remembering of the numbers, got more money than Stormy Daniels. Like, it doesn't really make sense other than the fact that they were like, when you're in an election year, theoretically, any of these women could come forward, say anything, and it's actually faster. Not that this is great, but like it's faster to just pay them to go away. But that doesn't actually admit that there was anything there. It's that they have the ability to damage your reputation, and you have the money to make it.
It's like LBJ, said back in the day, and this is, I'm paraphrasing the quote, but he'd want to ask his opponent, when did you stop beating your wife?
Yeah.
How do you answer that one? Right?
Yeah.
It's,
Well, you just,
never started?
Never started?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, really?
And the Stormy
should be a
Daniels rumors
politician.
had been around for a really long time. From what I know, like People Magazine was like speculating about it in the early 2000s. It's not
He
like
was a playboy. I think he stooped a lot of models in porn.
I can't speak
stars.
to everything, but I just think that Stormy Daniels has been completely inconsistent. The fact that like she was like, yes, this happened. No, it didn't happen. Actually, I'm going to go on TV and say that's not my signature on this letter denying it happened. Then I'm going to go to court, which was last week, and say, actually, that is my signature. I was just made to sign it. Like, she's not consistent. She's not a good witness. I can't speak to all of Trump's personal activities. I can just say this is not someone the public looks at and is like, I really believe her.
I don't know that it actually matters at this point. I think the bigger picture here is just that Bill Maher, Fareed Zakaria, MSNBC's legal analysts, they're all saying, like, this is bunk. On MSNBC, they were saying that this is just prejudice to the jury. Trump's going to win an appeal in 2 seconds. If you go to court, here's the example that I gave, earlier in the day. If guy A is accused of kicking guy B's dog, you've got like simple assault or something. I don't know if they would charge for that, but he attacked the guy. You can't in the courtroom mention that the dude accused of kicking the dog had previously served jail time for mail fraud, because that prejudices the jury against him, even though it has no relevance to whether he kicked the dog or not. It's not evidence. It just makes him look bad. So they want to say he must be a criminal, so they usually say you can't bring that up. That's nothing to do with this trial. The fact that in a court hearing about falsified documents, Stormy is effectively accusing Trump of rape, turning it into a Me Too case, has absolutely prejudiced the jury. But there's some reports saying that Trump was fuming. He was muttering to himself the whole time, like basically saying she was a liar and this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. This is exactly what Trump's team wants. And this is what MSNBC is pointing out. They're saying, fantastic. You by refusing to sustain the objections to this and do anything about it, Trump's going to file an appeal and they're going to say the jury was prejudiced with this testimony. The appeals court's going to say, oh, absolutely. So it gets thrown out. Which says to me, the goal of this trial is to hobble Trump and take up his time and just try to run his name through the mud as much as they can. It's not working. Seems to be backfiring.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same strategy again, too. It's like we heard this Stormy Daniels story. Give us something new. And
again,
Teflon Don is
now all these
Teflon
theoretical
Don.
details are out. I don't think it affected anything, right? If the whole thing was to keep her from being able to talk about the whatever alleged encounter they had, and now it's on trial, but actually everyone is sympathetic to Trump because she's not trustworthy. What did this actually achieve for anyone other than maybe giving Stormy Daniels 15 more minutes of fame?
And to be fair here, it's a little tough to, in the public eye, Me Too Donald Trump with a porn star.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.